Jessica!
Dana!
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast. I am Dana Powell.
I'm Jessica Young. And we are here to rant and rave.
Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
It's a night recording and it's not Halloween.
I know. It's been a while since we've had a night recording.
I know.
And I feel like I'm being quiet even though I don't need to be. It's Friday night. The kiddos.
Woo!
That's
Party!
right.
I got a glass of water and a bottle of Gold Bond hand lotion. Don't get the wrong idea.
Let's see what I've got on my desk here. A red Solo cup full of sweet iced tea, but it's not. It's from a little bottle called Mio Drops. Bottoms up.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Shots, and some poopery. All right.
Oh my God, no.
It really is sitting here right beside me still. It's from my cruise.
Dana,
What?
poopery is one of the huge things that I see when I go to the gift show, and I was just at the gift show, and poopery also went on Shark Tank years ago, and they just exploded, pun intended.
I love poopery. It really does work. Because I was,
You know what I don't love, though?
I don't want to tattle on anybody, but let's just say I shared a room with my dad on the cruise. So I just wanted to be prepared for whoever needed it.
Of course. But you know the trick with poopery, and I think most people don't.
You have to put it before you go.
It's the spray before you go.
Yes, yeah. Of course, who doesn't know you do it before you go?
Most men, and they would spray it into the air.
No, dum-dums. It's an oil that collects on the top of your water so the scent doesn't keep coming out like Pepe Le Pew.
It gets trapped.
That's right. No science, you idiots. I'm telling y'all, I have been real sassafras the last 3 weeks.
I thought you were going to say the last 3 years.
Well, yeah, it's been extra sassy lately.
Oh.
But I'm feeling great on this wild Friday night we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
This is how crazy I am. Look I have a hat on the back of my chair. You want to know why?
Why? Because
there's a blue flame symbol on it, which I don't mind, that it's there, I suppose. But when we're recording, it always kind of, I hope people don't think that there's something wrong with me or my house is haunted. Because sometimes I go, oh, I don't know why I think there's something in my hair.
What does the blue flame symbol have to do with it? Doesn't that mean like extreme heat?
No, it's just the logo. And then I'm thinking there's a light behind me, and then I'm trying to hide it, and I'm talking, and all my chins are invited to the party.
Shut the hell up!
I wish some of them would turn me down.
You are ridiculous.
I went and saw Knock at the Cabin Door today.
How was it?
I recommend.
Were you spooked?
Yeah, it's a creepy thought. The whole premise.
Mm-hmm.
Great cast.
Like, how scary on a scale of 1 to 10 for people being extremely terrified by, say, Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees, that person being me. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the scare factor?
It's not that kind of scare. It's the kind of scare of what if this happened? I guess maybe you would say ominous.
I like that.
Ominous thriller, maybe.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I enjoyed it. It was one of those movies afterwards, my friend and I made us talk, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being like, eh.
Yeah, or I just don't want people to think, oh, if I go to the movies with Dana afterwards, she's just not going to speak to me. If the movie I went with our mutual friend Thomas. Okay.
Yes.
And we can say whatever we want about him because he's never going to listen to this podcast.
Oh, never.
We just know that about Thomas. So I went to this movie with him. It was fine. We had a great time, whatever. But I also went out to dinner with him the night before and a few of our other friends. And we went to that restaurant, which you're a foodie. You might know this. Bavel.
What?
What is happening?
Not only did I just reorder their cookbook for one of the stores I merchandise and buy product for, that was named in the top 10 best new restaurants in LA last year, young lady.
Okay, that's why I felt weird. Okay, so listen.
I'm so angry and jealous right now. Go on.
Jessica, you're going to be so mad at me that I went to Bavel and not you. Listen, I'm going to tell you this.
What kind of skewer and hummus did you have?
Oh my God, we had so many yummy hummuses. Okay, so please stop crying.
I'm crying. No, actually, like I'm going to take a picture of me next to the cookbook so you believe me.
No.
Go on.
So I'm not a foodie, so I wasn't like, listen, it was delicious. That's the thing. But I said to Dan Tipton, I felt a little bit like it was wasted on me. Now,
I sadly have to agree.
Aesthetically speaking, it was beautiful. The entire ceiling is dripping with pothos. It was green pothos. Oh, it was beautiful. And it definitely, when I pulled up and it was, a Thursday night and it's just bursting at the seams. Yes. And then there was a mix up with our reservation. It felt like a 90s movie where it was like, no, we had a reservation. Well, we know you had a reservation. We see the reservation, but there has been a problem. I don't know why I'm speaking in an accent because nobody at the restaurant had an accent. I'm just thinking 90s movie wise.
I thought you were going to say, do you have a reservation? Yes. Who is it for? Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. From Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it ended up that they had set it up through, I guess I shouldn't say the company's names, but one of those reservation websites or apps or whatever. And it messed up and gave 2 dates. And she was like, I'm keeping the other date. And that's when I realized, this is a hard place to get into.
Yeah. Yes.
So the whole kitchen's open. It's beautiful. Everybody comes by and goes, Chef.
Oh my God,
lots of hand bows for the audio only people. Lots of hand bows and chef nods.
Yes.
Also, if you're a single lady or a single man, I would recommend getting there. There's some really attractive staff at that restaurant. On to the food.
Do they have a bar area? Like a stand-up bar?
They did, but it was so crowded you couldn't hardly get over there.
Yeah.
So, no, we had all these different kinds of hummuses and these flatbreads and then fresh pita. I've never tasted pita like that before in my life.
So good.
So good. They had rack of lamb and also the lamb chops, which, makes my heart and face cry. I don't eat lamb, but they said it was.
I do.
I know. So does Dan Tipton. They said it was.
I love lamb.
So incredible. They also had prawns, which they liked.
What?
Okay. Is that bad? Is that good?
Those are giant shrimp. We all know you don't eat shrimp either.
No. I was a cheap date. I did have this drink called the honey, and it had anise in it, which I was like, am I going to like this? I don't know. Oh, it was delicious. Which anise is that licoricey flavor, which is why
I thought, did they mellow it out with honey and lemon or something?
Lemon, yes, a lot of mint, shaved ice.
Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful. And then we had this pita that was like a balloon. So it was.
Give me that.
And it puffed up. This pita puffed up, and you had to cut it and let the steam out. Oh, it was beautiful and delicious. I don't even know why I started this story now.
I need to know why.
I know
you
why.
Didn't say I'm not hungry. I'll take mine to go and then drop it off here on the way back. Knowing like a coyote, I would have licked the cold scraps from your container if you let me.
We also had some kind of dish that was like a vegetable fruit salad. They had tabbouleh and stuff like you talked about, and they got baba ganoush, and then
the best.
And then we had,
smoky eggplant.
Yes, and that was laid on a fresh pita all around it. And then they also got this pickled but sweet carrots and turnips and stuff like that. Ooh, it was delicious.
Yum.
Which, if I'm saying that's delicious, it must have been incredible.
Wow, I like it.
We all know I'm easily like calmed by Taco Bell. So if I'm saying it was good. Anyway, the reason I brought it up, I didn't know I was opening Pandora's box with you, Jessica. I apologize.
I mean, you got like a reservation at one of the hottest places in town, and you're like, but that bean and cheese burrito is my kind of cup of tea.
Jessica, it's not a lie. I know. I can't apologize for who I am.
Nor should you, but God, I'm jealous.
So sorry. I just thought,
jealous.
Jessica's probably been here. I didn't know that much.
I can't get in. I've tried.
I just walked in with a pack of friends, so.
A pack of movers and shakers.
Well, I don't know how you're going to feel about the rest of the story then.
Oh, what did you? And then we finished up eating at Babel, and then we just walked down to their first restaurant where you also still can't get a reservation till 11 p.m. even on a Monday night, Bestia, and we had dessert, and they came out and they took everyone's pulse, and then based on that created something with a blowtorch, and then sprinkled it with gold leaf, which is inert, so you can eat it.
Why do you know so much about this people in their restaurants? I mean, you are so spot on. I mean, I could say that we ended up
so
eating
angry
3 of their 4 restaurants last night.
What?
No, that's a lie. Calm your heart. Breathe. I just lied. I can't even finish the story. The reason I brought the story is not nearly as good as this journey that we just went on. All it was is me being hateful to a lady. That's it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have nightmares about eating at Babel and like you as the marshmallow sized guy from Ghostbusters walking in and pointing and going, "She doesn't belong."
There's no Dana, only Zool.
You wouldn't be wrong. I don't belong. I don't know how I accidentally got there, but it was delicious.
Unreal.
Cheers.
You know what?
Clink.
Take heed and listen up, restaurateurs of Los Angeles. You don't have to pay me to be your walking billboard. Okay? So if you care about the future of your restaurant and its food and its clientele and people that will actually eat there, you will invite me through your doors and save your money for Dana and buy her a gift card to Taco Bell. Okay?
Oh my God. Do you know what I could do with a gift card using that app? So many rewards.
Even Alan is going to lose his mind when I tell him that you ate there. He's going to be like, what did she even eat?
Yeah, he is, isn't he? I ate a lot. I was full.
But seriously, did you like some of they must have had like incredible vegetables, like prepared
like that pickled
different
thing. Yes, that pickled thing I had. And that had like mint in it and stuff. And of course the spices at a place like that are just ungodly.
Yes.
Which I'm not usually a spicy person food-wise, just attitude. But food-wise, I'm pretty simple. But yeah, it was just an explosion of flavors, if you will.
That's amazing.
So
It's amazing.
I mean,
Really,
I honestly
really
feel like
pales in comparison. I was excited about eating at Noodles at the Bellagio, but it's like eating at McDonald's now after hearing about Bavel.
however you say it. Well, here's the thing. I don't know what Noodles is either, so I'll try not to go there for just for your heart. In Vegas, just find me a place with those big old milkshakes that shouldn't exist. Nobody should eat them, but they're amazing. Like, let's throw a whole apple pie and 4 packs of M&Ms into an ice cream cone.
Seriously? I was there for work and we had dinner and it was late because it was very bit like the Bellagio was popping, like
Really?
popping, right? It was crazy. I'm like, I guess it's Vegas, but it was like a Monday night after a trade show. I'm like, what the? Anyways, that is another thing. Like that city never sleeps. So the 4 of us went and the woman who hosted us, if you will, from the company I went with, she bought us all ice cream, like the best gelato from that incredible chocolate shop where they have like a Willy Wonka chocolate fountain.
That's like 2
and we're
stories.
just walking. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're just walking through the casino with like the best ice cream I've ever had at 10:30 at night. And I was like, this is kind of adult Disneyland.
I mean, it's a little bit magical. When I went and did Steve
Vegas?
Heitner's live podcast there, when we went to the Dong Bar, that's not what it's
that
called.
That place looked amazing.
It was, and that was off the strip. And then we went to the Bellagio later. Like, it never sleeps.
It's crazy. Vegas is wonderful if you're not paying and you're there for approximately 36 hours. That is the sweet spot. In and out. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly,
too much.
I've never been there and paid. I've always been brought for work.
Oh, really?
By other people, yes. And they've put me up in like an amazing hotel and we've always had amazing meals. And I mean, I'm really lucky.
Well, now it's my turn to be jealous. Nobody's putting me up in Vegas.
It was really fun.
That's
it was
awesome.
Literally 36 hours. And it snowed on the way back.
Oh, how pretty.
We drove back. Well, it was beautiful. And luckily, was just the flurries were starting. It wasn't like driving through a bad storm because on the way out there, we drove through some Scooby-Doo fog and everybody just got dead silent in the car because I know we were scared. I know the person driving was scared and we were like,
yeah.
Because also when you're in that situation, there's nothing you can do. There's nowhere to pull over.
No, that's
and
more
you're hoping
dangerous.
That people in front of you, are also not going fast and that by the time you could see them, you're not hitting them.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Anyways, blah, 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 blah. How about you guys hear how to get in touch with us? Oh, yeah. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at the Rants and Raves Podcast, on TikTok at the Rants and Raves P, and you can email us anytime you want, 24 hours a day, the Rants and Raves Podcast at gmail.com. You can also send us DMs on Instagram. That's how most of you communicate with us. We love it.
Yeah.
And you can go to our website, www.therantsandravespodcast.com. Thank you. Thank you for writing in, those who did. And thank you for listening. Thank you for enjoying the ride with us, you guys.
Absolutely. Jessica, you're up first for rants, yeah?
Oh, yes. Well, you know what? This will be one of my famous rants that turns into a rave.
Oh.
I guess it really does pay, or you get what you pay for in certain situations. My rant is about lumpy hotel beds. Now, I will tell you, I did not experience that at the Bellagio.
I'm sure you didn't.
That bed we were staying in a suite, and that bed was next level. I haven't slept like that in I don't know how long. Incredible, clean, fresh sheets, at least a 400 percale cotton thread count, and a white duvet cover. Okay,
yeah.
Not what I just experienced at the Country Inn Suites.
Okay.
In San Diego. You know what? This is a separate rant, but I'm just going to throw it in there and move on. Country Inn Suites. don't mislead with your name. There's nothing country about you.
Oh.
And I resent it. I was raised in the South.
Yeah.
If you say country and sweets, I'm expecting a certain level of charm and coziness, and it was anything but. Okay?
Not even a cross stitch hanging?
No. Like modern, like Hyatt Place. Like we're trying to go mod. Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things that hotels can easily get away with, and a lumpy ass bed is not one of them. Okay? So how unappealing is it to walk into your room and see clumps and bumps? Those sheets and duvet, it better not be some nasty ass quilt or coverlet.
Yeah, because they don't wash.
My father would like put on a glove and like rip it off and throw it into the corner. Every hotel we ever stayed in our life, he's like, "Don't touch it and don't sit on it."
Yeah, he's right. Nasty. They don't wash them ever.
So country and sweets again. I actually did not have a bad experience at the hotel, and it was clean. Okay, but you made me think that you weren't clean, and I have a picture of it. We will post it. Of this bumpy, lumpy ass bed. No, I was not like excited about peeling back the covers, which is what I immediately ripped back to see what was in there causing the lumps. And Dana, I still don't know.
Really? Was it just torn?
Couldn't figure it out.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That's it. That's my rant. I'm done. Like,
I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. That's disappointing. I just feel like this is just the show of disappointments for Jessica, because I feel like even my rant, I set myself up to be browbeat again. And it's just going to make you mad again. Okay, I'm gonna read my rant, and before we both go together as a team, I'm going to have to let you know some information that will irritate you. Okay.
I'm all ears.
Okay, here we go. What in this is written to us. What in the fresh hell is this drink making the rounds at bougie hipster coffee spots? Dark roasted coffee shots mixed with tonic water? Have you tried this horrific concoction? I love coffee, and I love tonic water. Save the espresso for the lattes and the tonic for the gin. Why did someone think we as a society asked for this? Now, Jessica, before I would assume, listen, I'm just going to be honest. I don't know what that shit is. What are they talking about?
Yes, you do. Okay. I was about to be like, you're a tequila girl. What do I know? You like wine, you like beer, you like various things. But like, do you like vodka soda?
I like vodka, but not the soda. I am not a tonic drinker.
So the soda is just like sparkling water, right? Tonic has quinine and does have
a bitter flavor.
I wouldn't want to call it sweet. I don't know how to describe tonic. I actually love it. But all tonic is not created equal. And diet tonic is nasty.
I feel like tonic water and sparkling water is the same thing. And the only thing I want sparkles in is my Prosecco and my pop. That's all I want my bubbles in.
That's amazing. Club soda, which is very similar, like sparkling water, has 0 calories and no flavor. It's just quite literally sparkling water. Just to add some fizz. But tonic definitely has a flavor and has quinine in it. So even like I tend to like suffer from Charlie horses a lot. I'm serious, from like medication, and I used to freak out and think my potassium's low, and it's not from that. My doctor, I'm like, what is this, 1950? He goes, oh, you should drink some tonic water. That quinine's great for leg cramps. I'm like, and horrible for sugar content.
Oh, yeah.
But I love me a G&T. I love gin and tonic. So I
used
have
to.
acquiesced
You
to Fever
acquiesced?
Tree Refreshingly Light.
Oh, okay. No, it's not for me. I think it's bitter. I don't want it. I would rather just drink straight vodka or straight gin. Now, gin and Kool-Aid, delicious.
Yes. I also wonder, would you like,
The
have you ever
longest
had Saint
pause.
Germain?
What's that? Maybe
It's
at a bar?
elderflower liqueur, but it's very sweet. I love it.
Anything
It's like a
called,
magical liqueur that they mix into drinks,
I'm sure
like
it's
vodka or
probably
gin.
one-off good and too expensive. Anything called liqueur is bougie. Give me some liquor. No, I just watched a documentary about moonshine the other night. That's serious business. Look it up. Ooh.
Did they mention Popcorn Sutton, the father of moonshine from
Of
Tennessee?
course. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because they are making, there is some legal moonshine, but that's not the business, man. That's not the business.
I know. No, you need that bathtub gin.
Oof, man, there's some nasty stuff in there. That has to be like drinking gasoline.
Girl, I wonder, well, I don't know about Missouri, if you guys had that moonshine, did you? In
I'm
Georgia.
Sure I didn't have moonshine, but I'm sure it was around.
I remember being my best friend growing up. His name is Dewey Tucker. He got moonshine from somebody, and like it wasn't in our neighborhood or anywhere near, but like somebody whose uncle was like up in the North Georgia mountains.
Yes,
and gave him, of course, moonshine in a mason jar.
Yeah.
And he unscrewed the cap, and I swear to God that it burned the hairs out of my nose from across the room. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, you could run your car off that. Oof.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it made from corn?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Corn mash, and they distill it. But then in this documentary, we're so way off track. It's because it's Friday night and we're whispering. I've been so quiet.
We're not even drunk. We're sober. Maybe that's the problem.
I'm drinking my Mio tea here. But they were talking about also there are people in New York, instead of moonshine, this one particular guy that they followed who sells like little Sunday Delight containers, right?
Oh.
But they're called nutcrackers. He calls them nutcrackers. And they sound like the yummiest frozen mixed drinks. And he sells them for $10 a piece or 4 for $30. I mean, that sounds like a deal.
It does. And you know what? I believe it. There's a brand. When I find it locally, I got to get some, and we got to have them one night. Like, I'll get one of each. They make 4 flavors, and I think you would like it. They are these amazing pre-made cocktails. Now, a lot of that, many people do it. It's like, yeah. But they usually have like a weird, sometimes they're just off, right? These are the best cocktails I've ever had. They're in a can, and it tastes like somebody like shook it up and made it for you at a bar. And I think they're $8 a can. And I'm like, this would be like $14 at a bar.
Yeah.
So I'm all about those little nut bombs. What did you call them?
No,
nut shakers.
Bombs. I don't know that nutcrackers.
Nutcrackers.
But nut bombs sounds liquidy, and I don't like it.
Ew.
It does. You said it, not me. You.
They call it nut bush.
How are we friends? My name is Dana, and I'm a hillbilly. This is my friend Jessica. She's a Jew. Wait, what? How did we even meet?
Oh, God.
Jessica traveled and likes fancy food. I tied a sled to the back of a four-wheeler.
Oh, my God. This is literally the Country and the City Mouse, the series in real life. Okay?
This week,
oh my God.
Dana goes to baffle. What's that? Jessica's mad. I had
Top
me
10 best new restaurants of Los Angeles. One of the
Had-
culinary cities of the world.
PETA. Dana never went to the doctor. Jessica knows lots of words.
Oh my God.
I can't breathe. Oh man, you know what? Fuck all y'all. We are having a lit Friday night. Stone cold
Yes,
sober.
life imitates art.
Stone cold sober. Now back to
Ooh,
this.
it looks like we're having a
coffee.
dry February.
Oh my god, back to this coffee. Ooh. Listen, to me it sounds like which by the way, rest in peace Cindy Williams. We lost Shirley this week. But it reminds me of when Laverne would put Pepsi Cola and milk together.
Ew.
Remember that?
That sounds like a virgin cement mixer.
Oh, gross. That thing that bubbles in your mouth. Yeah.
It like curdles.
Yeah.
I remember Britton Spellings at IO used to, that would always be like a dare with somebody.
Yes.
He was adamant about it. He's like, yeah, I'll bet you a cement mixer.
Yeah.
And I remember once he threw up.
He did. No, shut up.
He
That's
did.
okay. I used to work. I used to work behind that bar. It all just falls through. It was fine. He was fine. I did have a couple of his cement mixers. In fact, I think it was me and Rob Reines, our friend Rob Reines, who did it together. It was not good. I mean, it was before I had a baby. You know it had to be, or I would have barfed just looking at it.
You would have thrown up, of course. Look, I love coffee, so do you.
Nobody needs to be putting
tonic.
Nobody needs to be putting pop bubbles in their coffee. Now, listen.
I don't like that mixture.
I don't either. I'll tell you what I do like, though, and maybe this is going to make me sound like a hypocrite, or maybe I just think that I sound fancier than I really am. I do like a chagachino.
Which, if you guys don't know what that is, and you want me to spank your ass and call you Charlie because you're as shocked as I am, Dana likes a coffee made of ground mushrooms, of all things.
It's delicious, and it's supposed to be good for you. I don't know.
Because I can't believe you like it.
I like mushrooms. Oh, that's another dish we had last night.
I live for mushrooms. I haven't dreamt of trying a chagachino. It sounds nasty as hell.
Well, you're crazy then. You and I both love fungi. What is wrong with you? Have a chagachino. In the words of someone I knew once, treat yourself. Jessica. I don't want to sound very LA, but the Santa Anas have been out of control this week. And I sound like an old, smoking, dying woman that's 170 with you tonight. Jessica.
Patty and Selma, Marge's sisters.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is off the rails. What show is this?
It is off the rail.
What are we doing?
The Rants and Raves podcast, that is.
So we are all...
Let's take a cleansing breath.
Well, before, we're all on board for chagachinos. Not on board.
I would like to hear people's feedback.
Yeah, get back
Let us know how you feel about the chagachino, or if you are erudite enough and daring to try and like an espresso tonic. Let us know.
Yeah, I'm not going to
send us a picture of yourself.
Yeah, it didn't happen unless there's a photo. We need a cleansing breath. Let's get this back in control.
Okay.
All right. Every week on our show, one of the staples is we get a little bit crazy. Sometimes ranting over silly things. Sometimes just comparing the two people that we are. Anyway, we get all this angst and craziness out. We take a deep breath in, blow all of that out, and then we fill up with goodness and laughs and raves for the rest of the show. Is that very succinctly put?
Yes.
I need to use chat. what is it? Chat PT?
What? Chapati? What are you talking about?
No, the AI chat that's all over. Oh, Jessica.
Oh, I don't even say the word because I don't want it to be on my phone or in my skin or anything else. No.
Well, you know what? It's having a massive impact on the world, so it may be something you want to read up on. Because probably a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. I know I already sent you the robot dog army.
Which Alan thinks is awesome. And I said, I'm glad you think Terminator 2 in real life is awesome.
Has he not seen the Black Mirror episode with the robot dogs?
Not the dog army. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the molten lava thing that you sent me.
Also not cool. Terminator 2. Yeah, That thing, the video, you saw the video. It melted into a liquid, went through the bars, and then put itself back together. How are we humans supposed to fight that? We cannot. Mm-mm. And even, whatever, now I'm going to get off in my big conspiracy theory. Like, there was also a UFO spotted. I'll just say that. Not the Chinese spy balloon. The other one in the clouds.
Oh, my God, that balloon. I've been obsessed with it all day.
I don't. Listen, I went and saw that movie today, so my brain is shooting a million miles an hour in all different directions.
Yes.
Okay, ready for a cleansing breath?
Yep.
If you can scream it out, please go ahead. If you can't, at least take 1 second here to breathe with us. You'll feel better, I promise. Okay, take a deep breath in. And I have a question.
Very nice. Yes.
Do you think that if people stay on this ride with us, we ramp them up and make them feel like, and then we calm them and let them go like this? Do you think that's what happens? Or do you think people are like, no, thank you?
No, thank you, because they...
This is a conversation that should be had offline.
Well, I will say sometimes things that we have for the show and that we come across, I'm like, well, this could be a rant, rave, and a corner. And I'm serious. Like some things just kind of do the whole thing. So I'm going to focus on the positive. I'm going to try to find the silver lining, because this for sure could have been something that was a rant, and you will see why. Okay. But this is, in fact, a Kids Are Amazing corner.
Yay!
And this is from NPR. It literally just happened yesterday. This is written by Vanessa Romo. The title, Yale honors the work of a 9-year-old black girl whose neighbor reported her to the police. So I think you can already guess where this is going. Somebody assumed, because someone was black, that they were weird and that the police needed to be called. 9-year-old Bobby Wilson is in 4th grade, and last month, the Yale School of Public Health held a ceremony honoring the budding scientist's recent work. The university entered Bobby's collection of 27 spotted lanternflies, an extremely invasive species that is harmful to trees and other plants. Now, have you heard about this? Yes. I've even heard about it.
Yes.
It's a huge problem, right? So it's on the East Coast, but we definitely have heard about it on a national level. So Bobby was also presented with the title of Donor Scientist during the ceremony. We wanted to show her bravery and how inspiring she is, and we want to make sure she continues to feel honored and loved by the Yale community. The accolades come just 3 months after Bobby, who is black, made headlines when former Caldwell City Council member Gordon Lawshe, who is white, called local police on the girl. Now, I'm going to have to start. I'm going to show you the picture of this adorable child. She's holding her 27 lanternflies that she captured.
Aww.
She's wearing a headband and
so
pink clear glasses with a smile from ear to ear.
Yeah.
Couldn't be cuter. Is clearly a child.
Yes.
Okay?
Very clearly. Yes.
She was collecting spotted lantern specimens. On October 22nd, Loshi was home, and things in the mostly white neighborhood seemed copacetic. But looking at the tree-lined street, she saw something scary. Recognizing it was not an emergency per se, he called the police department dispatcher instead. I'm quoting what this man said.
What did he say?
There's a little black woman walking, spraying stuff on the sidewalks and trees on Elizabeth and Florence. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Scares me, though, he added.
What?
Outside, Bobby, a petite child who wears pink-framed glasses, was doing her bit to comply with the state's Stomp It Out campaign. Again, in California, I heard about this.
Yes.
They have told people, if you see them, kill them.
Kill them, yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Which urges New Jersey residents to help eradicate the spotted lanternfly infestation. She'd learned about it at school and made her own version of an insect repellent she'd seen on TikTok. Making her way from tree to tree, Bobby would spray the bugs, pluck them from the tree, and drop them in a plastic bottle. Bobby was still at it when the officer arrived, curious about what she was doing. Body camera footage, thank God it shows what it did and not what we've been seeing lately.
Yes, yeah.
Body camera footage shows Officer Kevin O'Neill approach the child before her mother intervenes. Am I in trouble? The little girl asks. No, Joseph and O'Neill respond simultaneously. How many trees did you save? They asked.
Yeah.
O'Neill explains that he was responding to a call made by Loshi. The information appears to baffle Joseph, who said she has lived across the street from the 71-year-old for 8 years and that they are on friendly terms.
What? He knew who she was then.
Bobby's mother and sister speak out about racial profiling. Unable to shake the gnawing feeling that things could have easily escalated and ended in tragedy, as they have in other circumstances involving black children in law enforcement, Joseph decided to address the issue head-on at a Caldwell City Council meeting a few weeks later. During the meeting, Joseph and her 13-year-old daughter, Hayden Wilson, called the episode an instance of racial profiling. She was not only doing something amazing for our environment, she was doing something that made her feel like a hero. What Mr. Gordon Loshi did to my sister was extremely offensive, traumatic, and scarring towards my family.
Yeah.
I can confidently assure you guys that she will never forget this.
Yeah.
Scientists and scholars rally around Bobby. The outpouring of support for Bobby and her love of science has been constant since the police stop hit the internet. She has received the Caldwell Environmental Commission's Sustainability Award for her contributions to improving the town's environment. At least one science writer has given Bobby a collection of books and stickers to encourage her passion for learning. And there is the recognition from Yale. Yale doesn't normally do anything like this. This is something unique to Bobby, the Yale professor said. She helped organize the recent ceremony and previously invited Bobby and her sister to the campus to meet other successful black female scientists and to counter the horrible memories of that day. You know what? Big kudos to this professor who brought her in and showing her people like her that are becoming successful people in society, doing something that she loves, just like she is doing as a little 8-year-old girl. This got me so angry. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is a rant and a rave and a corner. Like, it's informative. We're all mad for the same reason, and we're all elated for the same reason.
Yeah. Goodness
this has got to stop.
Out of it, but it shouldn't have happened. And I'm sorry. I don't care if that little child was 6'1". There was nothing about that child in that picture that looked like a woman. And there's a certain way an adult carries themselves, the way that they walk.
Yes.
You know that that is not a woman. And if you don't, then we might need to be testing your cognitive ability. Because you're going to get somebody hurt, and that's absolute insanity. And
a little
also,
9-year-old girl.
Let's just for a second say it was a full-grown adult black woman. And let's just for a second say this full-grown adult black woman was walking around spraying trees and grass with a bag and putting something in a bag. what on earth do you think is going to hurt you about that?
I know.
mean, the last time I checked, it's not like we can get plutonium and have it in a spray bottle. Like, what did you
Okay.
think? What's going to kill you out of a spray bottle that's sprayed on trees and grass?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back where I come from, you might worry that somebody's spraying gasoline on your foliage
Oh my God.
to kill it. But even that, like, you're going to call the cops. It wasn't even his property. It was across the street.
The fact that the kid had the gumption to collect the samples
Right.
is like beyond. I love her. I hope she becomes a scientist or a doctor or whatever she wants to do. Because
Yes,
if I had half
because
that
she
amount
can.
of drive at that age,
No joke. No parent out there forcing her to do that. Good Lord.
right?
When I was her age, I
Unreal.
would rather be inside the house eating a bowl of Crunch Berries than out doing that.
Okay.
Good for her. And also, I'm glad, like you said, that it did turn into something positive, and now
Yes.
it can be a discussion, too, in the public about how, I don't know how many times it's got to be shown and said, but racism is wild and alive in our country.
Yep.
And sadly, not just our country. It's getting worse everywhere.
Right.
I don't.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Jessica, for sharing that. Also,
Yes.
just real quick as a note, we're not a
Mhm.
political podcast, but there's been a lot of politics right now surrounding trans and LGBTQ rights,
Mhm,
LGBTQ
mhm,
plus,
mhm.
gender labeling. I just want to go on record and say that I support my LGBTQ plus community. I believe in
Same.
trans rights. I believe in same-sex marriage. Those are human rights.
I was going to say we believe in human rights.
That's right. So
And animal rights. We believe in living
Absolutely.
being having rights and dignity and fairness and equality.
Yep. And I'm not ashamed of that. So we may not be a political podcast, but that's my personal beliefs.
Okay.
Don't be our friends if you don't want to.
Okay. Ooh, this is fun. My corner is from a listener this week. This is from our friend Jill in
Mhm.
Canada. Jessica,
Mhm.
would you like to tell everybody what kind of corner it is?
Sure, I think it's a weirdo of the week. You're weird. You're so very weird. Why must you bring your weirdness here?
Sounded like a rubber chicken at the end of its squeeze. Okay. Hello, ladies. I hope you're both doing well. I got an email newsletter from Atlas Obscura, and this article struck my funny bone. And the fact that it has Dana's home state makes it even better. Have you heard of this? Maybe something for one of your corners. Enjoy. Okay, I'm really terrified because I have been watching this crime show, and it was like a limited, like a season or whatever, and I think there were like eight episodes maybe, and 6 of them were from Missouri. Ugh. God. Okay, here we go. A highway pickle mystery is preserved in Missouri. Oh, we do have pickle factories. I know that. So a jar. Okay, wait, let me get down here. We all have objects that we notice every day that ground us in our communities. Maybe it's a particular mailbox or a nice street tree. Maybe it's a sign on the way to work that makes you laugh. Or maybe it's a pickle jar perched on a concrete wall next to a highway ramp. There's a literal picture of a pickle jar. Such is the case for many who drive through I don't even know this place. It's got to be pronounced weird. Des Peres, Missouri. It's probably like Bodark, which is spelled like Boisdarc, but it looks like Boys Dark, but it's Bodark. Anyway, I don't know what this is. Des Perez. On the ramp that leads from I-270 north to Manchester Road near a grocery store and a busy shopping mall, there often sits a quiet and mysterious jar of pickles. When it falls, breaks, or disappears, it always is replaced. It's the highway's warty lodestar? What is that?
I don't know.
Let us know, Jill. Is that a Canadian thing? WARTYLODESTAR. Warty lodestar. Barb Steen, who lives nearby, first noticed the jar in 2012. She's been watching it ever since. Every day for 6 years, I brushed my teeth, I got in my car, and I looked for pickles, she says. Seasons changed. The sun beat down, the snow piled up, construction and protest actions shut down the highway, and the pickles remained. That's a quote. And the pickles remained is a quote, she says. Like there was some aura around it or something protecting it. Oh, people need something to love. The Missouri, oh my God, about 2 years into this routine, Steen decided to spread the love. She started a Facebook group, Team Pickle. Oh, people just want to be a part of something. These pickles need a fan page, she explained in the group's description.
No, they don't.
There's got to be a story behind these pickles, and inquiring minds want to know. She closed out with a prophetic goal. Let's make them famous. Yep, that's what we need, famous pickles. At first, about 25 people joined this condiment community. Members described sightings and shared blurry drive-by photos. They posted pickle jokes and memes, as well as theories about the jar's provenance. Provenance? Oh, provenance. It's area, right?
Yes.
Perhaps it was a kind of shrine meant to honor someone who had loved pickles. Perhaps it was aliens. I cannot. Steen has her own favorite conjecture. This is a quote. Maybe it's somebody with a forbidden love, and they put the pickles up there at their work exit. Hey, know I'm thinking of you. End quote. If somebody can only think of pickles to represent the love and thoughtfulness they have for me, they can take their pickles and shove them up their butt. Because there's a lot of other cute and adorable things that could remind you of me than frickin' pickles. Okay? Attention has its downsides, though, Jessica. Quite soon after the Facebook group began, the first pickle jar disappeared. It had been pretty gnarly, half evaporated with its label rubbed off. Why was the label rubbed off? Who touching it?
Gross.
And just this nude color. No real green into it.
Ew.
No. Members mourned. One wrote a poem, Jessica. I'm going to read it to you. Quote, a jar, viewed from afar, has left a scar upon our hearts. Alas, it departs. There was an exclamation point at the end, so I wanted to emote it. That February, after it still failed to return. To return? Pickles ain't got legs! Who's bringing back nude pickles? Oh, my God. That February, after it still failed to return, another fan put it more simply, quote, I miss the pickle jar. Oh, these people just, what? Rescue a pet. But some objects can transcend their original form. Over a year after the first jar vanished, another showed up. Well, I wonder who did that, Barbara Steen.
Okay.
It was a different brand and quality, fuller, more verdant. But that didn't matter. The group was jubilant. Who wrote this article? This cycle continued. A jar might topple, empty out, or otherwise abscond. It would soon reappear anew. Team Pickle. Members tend to describe each incarnation as the pickle jar or simply the pickles, as in the pickles are back. Oh, that would be the equivalent of the 405, the 10, the 101. Okay, gotcha. Just this month, after a Reddit thread was posted, oh boy, there's a Reddit thread, probably a subreddit too, was posted about the pickles, a spate of local news reports began to bring new attention to the jar. Fox 2 News in St. Louis told the story. Slow day for news. The membership of Team Pickle has since risen from a few hundred nearby fans to over 2,500 from all over the place. Quote, we've got the UK. We've got Hawaii, says Steen. It's crazy. End quote. But as with any move to the mainstream, there are cons as well. Some old timers have posted worrying that people will sour things either by messing with the pickles or by trying too hard to find answers.
God.
People just want something to be mad about. At least one
When we
has
finish
already...
recording,
Yeah.
I need you to message the family chat and ask them if they know about these pickles.
Yeah, no joke. Even today, other pickles have showed up in St. Louis on other exit ramps. So now it's become the rubber ducky. You know about the rubber ducky, right?
Yep.
That for Jeeps, I think is what it started as. If you owned a Jeep, you were in the club, you put a rubber ducky. I got a cruise rubber ducky.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I have to admit, I felt proud. Maybe I shouldn't be slamming these guys. Hold on, let's finish. Did you see that wash over my face? Oh, I was excited by that. Oh no, Dana. Wait, okay. That whole article just made me mad. There's so many other things you could care about in the world than a stupid jar of pickles. I would literally, hey Midwest, I know
Those
how
are your people.
I know how it is out there, you guys. When it rains and all the earthworms come up and they're all drowning on your driveway,
Yes.
and then when the water recedes, they can't get back to the dirt, and then they dry and shrivel up on your driveway. A better use of your
Yes.
time is to go scoop up those earthworms who create compost in your yard and are good for our environment.
I try.
Rescue those earthworms. Please stop caring about
I
and
try.
making fan pages on Facebook for stupid pickles. They're not even animate. What a waste of your life. Take a painting class. Go to that stupid place where you drink wine and paint a bowl and pick it up 2 weeks later. Anything but care about this jar of pickles that's not even the same jar ever. If you must have such a fierce dedication to pickles, don't eat them. Don't leave them on a ledge by the highway so you got something to chat about. Listen, I know I'm being
Donate
rude.
them to me.
I do not care if I'm being rude. These are my people. This is where I'm from. We all saw it crumble before our eyes at the beginning of the show. I know where it came from. That's fine. Y'all can find a better use of your time and money. Okay? Create community around something good, not freaking pickles.
That's right.
Jill.
I love it. Thank you, Jill.
Yeah, so
And I love a good pickle. Dana gave me like 10 jars of pickles a couple of years ago for Christmas.
a whole
and
basket.
I
Yeah,
loved every one of them. Okay.
I understand wanting community and wanting to belong, but that's how like cults start. Lord have mercy.
Oh
Am I
my
wrong,
God.
Jessica? Find
No.
something good to care about.
I agree. You know what people can care about? Our
Our
raves.
raves. They need to listen so we can teach them some things that are good to care about. Jessica, would you like to start with the goodness of this week as I comb my hair
Yes.
flyaways?
This is again on point for a rant rave because what led to this is definitely rant worthy. So, I will not go on a diatribe about this. It's just a reminder. We've said it many times on the show. Question yourself and your doctors and your body. If you know something's wrong, there's probably might be something wrong.
That's right.
And
we teach our children, listen to your body. We're telling you too.
When I read this girl's story, it reminded me of Gilda Radner and her book, It's Always Something, because Gilda, who we lost at a very young age, died of ovarian cancer, and for a very long time was going to doctor after doctor after doctor and being dismissed and told sometimes even that she was crazy or that it was in her head and there was nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time it was finally discovered, it was
too late.
stage 4 and there was nothing they could do.
Same thing also happened to Fran Drescher, I believe. I think she said 7
Oh,
doctors
really?
told her that nothing was wrong before they found it. Yeah. Listen to your
Right.
body.
So this website is called fightforfemalehealth.com. And this was started by a young woman named Jessie Sanders. According to the National Cancer Institute, ovarian cancer has a 46% 5-year survival rate. Early detection is critical, but most young people aren't comfortable advocating for the health care and early detection they need. That stops now. The fight is on.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled with chronic lower abdominal pain for over 5 years. I had chronic pain. The doctors were never able to accurately diagnose my condition or look into other options. Their diagnoses were usually UTI, severe cramps, hormonal changes, endometriosis, etc. So I lived with the pain. Thanksgiving week, 2021. While in San Diego at university, the pain was severe. I went to the emergency room and the doctors discovered a 12-centimeter mass on my ovary. I had emergency surgery that night to remove the mass and my right ovary. I was told this is just a large cyst. I thought my pain would finally go away. A week after surgery, the pathology report came back and I got the worst news imaginable. You have cancer, and not just any cancer, a rare and aggressive cancer called small cell carcinoma, hypercalcemic type of ovary. I am one of 500 people worldwide to have this cancer. Thanks to a close family friend, we were able to find an expert on this type of cancer and spoke to him on his recommended treatment regime. We flew out of the Bay Area and met with our local oncologist. Thankfully, he was open to the treatment regime recommended by the expert we suggested, and based on a study in France. 1 week later, I started chemo after having surgery to install a port, getting an echocardiogram, meeting with a fertility specialist, and detailed discussions with a pharmacist on the chemo side effects. I am currently going through 6 rounds of chemotherapy and stem cell treatment. We are also working on a healthier diet and researching natural cancer remedies. Fighting for female health. I want to make a change and spread awareness about female health and early diagnosis. Follow my story on Instagram. So you can find her on Instagram, Jessie_Sand. And then additionally, they have a way that you can donate to small cell ovarian cancer research, since it is very, very rare. And she also sells t-shirts advocating for female health, and the money from that goes towards the research. I also absolutely love, right above her, there's an ovary giving the finger, or it's a whole uterus, and one of the ovaries is giving the finger. But this is a very young woman who, again, for 5 years went trying to get help and couldn't get it. So please listen to your body. Everybody needs to get screened. My stepmother and I were actually discussing women's health last night, and I did not know that at a certain age, Medicare, which most people's parents are on once they're over 65, they don't think it's important for women's health stuff to be covered, like pap smears and mammograms.
What?
And just because you didn't have it when you were younger doesn't mean you can't have a problem later on.
Yes, I did.
And my
know
stepmother
that.
lost one of her best friends last year to ovarian cancer. By the time they found it, it was way too late. She was gone in a couple of weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So please get screened and speak up for yourself, and get your regular paps, ladies. Yeah, I said it.
You have to. You have to. You know, I'm just looking. I was looking at her site as you were reading, and you know, the shirts are very simple, and I love it. Literally, they just say in black bold letters, advocate for female health.
Mm-hmm.
And we do need to. We've talked about that probably ad nauseum about how women and their pain are not listened to. And also a good reminder to pay attention to your own body too, because I was just telling you before in the green room dump, Henry had a sore throat and came home from school this week. And I was like, oh, I've had a sore throat for 2 days.
Right.
Now, it was allergy related, but still it's like, oh yeah, you just ignore it if it's you. You don't bother to, so that's just a reminder to us women. We get so busy, and I'm sure it happens to men too. Like you get busy at your job or whatever, but like we ignore our own bodies, even when we're teaching our children, listen to your body. Well, we're not doing
Absolutely.
that. We need to be doing that too. Because if a doctor says nothing's wrong and you know something's wrong, you've got to find that answer.
Yep.
Thank you so much for bringing that.
Yes. I know.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I just to end that on a positive note, she's also so young in that she's turned it into something where she's like, this is a problem. We need to make it stop.
Yep.
It's these younger generations, man, they speak up. I like
do.
that. They have
I love
to.
it, and I respect it so much.
Me too. They have to. We were taught, you be quiet. You be quiet. Don't spread your business.
You just deal with it, figure it out, keep your head down, stay out of trouble. Like,
Mind your, stay in your own lane. Mind your own business and keep quiet about it. Nah, man.
Yep.
These kids are making change because they're speaking up.
Exactly.
I love it. I brought a rave that's very Dana, probably. It's just a cute little. I follow this account on
So
Instagram called 60-Second Documents. You guys know I'm obsessed with documentaries.
So cute.
And I just like to watch them every once in a while. They have a YouTube channel and stuff too. You can find them on Instagram pretty easily. But I wanted to share with you guys this week. I think it's so precious. This is 12-year-old Navene and his headstone cleaning business. That's right. You heard me. I want you to listen carefully to the first line of this documentary because that's initially what pulled me in. I didn't even know that there was goodness in it. I just was obsessed with this little kid. Okay, pulling it up. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Hanging out with dead people, they always agree with you, and you're the coolest person.
He said, I like hanging out with dead people.
My name is Navene. How to an addict called me Beam. I'm 12 years old, and I have a headstone cleaning business. I've cleaned at about 14 cemeteries. I've cleaned close to 100 headstones. I use towels, a water sprayer, D2, and some soft bristle brushes. I charge $20 for a normal size headstone, but I clean veteran headstones for free. I want my legacy to be good deeds. I donate money to the Purple Week community cancer research because my great-grandma died of cancer. Cleaning headstones is taking care of something someone cared about. I see ones that are dirty or broken, and I feel sort of sad. People just let it rot and get dirty. No one should have that dirty of a headstone. I like...
Oh my God. Is that not the cutest little boy? I mean, not only is it... it was interesting when at first I was like, his first line right out the bat, I like hanging out with dead people because they don't tell you what to do. They always listen, It's so cute. But I was like, it's so entrepreneurial for him to see a need that needs to be filled that he can do. It's also so cool because I think it's less for our generations, especially right beneath us, probably more so. But I know how important the burial site is and was to the elders in my family. Still, to this day, they go every Memorial Day, put flowers out. It's very important to show your respects and your love, and I love that that's been instilled in him. I love that he cleans veteran stones for free.
I know.
I mean, just respecting their service to our country.
Totally.
And then that he donates to cancer research. Like, first of all, what I say, he was 12. He's 12. Yeah, in honor of his great-grandmother, 12-year-old Navene Town started his own small business, cleaning graves. Y'all, he's got an Instagram, let me tell you. At Navene
Amazing.
cleans headstones. Exactly how you think it'd be spelled.
God.
At Navene cleans headstones. And then the hashtags are like gravestones, cemetery, headstones. And what I thought also was really wonderful about that is a kid like that in our time, Jessica, would have been called weird. And I don't know, who knows what his experience is. He seems like a pretty confident, awesome little dude. But, but you know, I like weirdos. I think the weird in our generation had a bad connotation that you didn't fit in. But now I think younger generations are going, no, that's what makes me unique.
Yes,
that's
and
why
it's embraced.
Yes.
By them and their peers.
100%. Yeah. I mean, he's already got a business and he's 12.
I know.
I already said earlier, I was in my house eating bowls of crunch berries. Like, come on. But I hope
sneaking out.
Yeah, right? His parents must be so proud. These are the kinds of things that give me hope for the future.
Right?
He's so precious.
I know.
Look him up. His name is Navene. Let me tell you how that's spelled. Navene, just like you would think. Navene cleans headstones. What a doll baby. And he wrote
So
a pretty
cute.
big. He wrote a pretty big check for that research, that cancer research too. Come on, Jessica. He's got merch. It's a little chilly in Michigan today. He's got beanies that say Navene cleans headstones.
Oh my God.
I can't.
Bless
his heart. And he's got pictures of him with all the headstones he's cleaning. I can't. Love him.
The pride he takes. I love it.
Proud. He should be proud. You know what, Navene? I'm going to follow you right now. Follow.
Mm-hmm.
I just added to your numbers. I'm proud of you. Oh, so cute. I did. I just. He's like, who's this old woman that just followed me on Instagram? That's a nice way to go out on this show. That was lovely.
It is.
Because Jessica, I think that's our show. I think it's over.
I think it is. Well, I will tell you, fine folks, how to get a hold of us before we jam out of here. Again, Instagram and Facebook at the Rants and Raves Podcast. On TikTok at the Rants and Raves P. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, you guys. We have full-length videos. Dana has been editing the video so you can watch us. Thank you for those who have and for letting us know. We appreciate you. And you can download if you're listening to us. Obviously, you already know that we're available on any platform for the most part that you can get podcasts.
Yeah, so tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Reach out. Review us if you never have and you're feeling like doing so. Whatever floats your boat. We thank you and we appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Jessica, is there anything you need to share with people this week?
Well, we will get into it the next time we record, but I started a series called The Last of Us, which Dana said she's starting. I'm going to suggest once you put your little man down that you and the hubs maybe watch the first episode tonight. It's real good.
Okay. I'm going to
real
do it.
Good.
Yeah. Our friend Jay too said that I should watch Avatar, the series.
Ooh.
He said it's really beautiful.
Series?
Yeah, I think so. Avatar, it's an animated series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he told me it's on Hulu.
Oh, I didn't know there was an animated series.
Yeah, he said it's really beautiful.
Ooh. Thank you, Jay, for the recommendation.
Yes. I'm trying to think if there's anything. No, nothing I need to think. I mean, I told you already. I went and saw Knock on the Cabin Door.
Mm-hmm.
M. Night Shyamalan. I liked it.
And now you're going to see The Last of Us.
Yes, I am.
With Pedro Pascal, who's hosting SNL this week. I love him.
Oh, excellent. I like to leave us each week with a point to ponder. with just something that we can think about or a nice little nugget.
Indeed.
I feel like I don't know what's been going on with me. It's interesting that we had this episode of Listen to Your Body, because there's definitely something going on with my body. I have not been feeling well, and I've been grumpers. But, we're all doing the best we can. And what I would like to say more than that is, people around us kind of keep us sane. And that's been lovely. I've seen some friends recently, and that's been nice. So I hope that you guys have a great weekend. We'll be out of here after this. Jessica, I adore you as always. I certainly did not plan to laugh as hard at myself as I did this evening.
I know. Thank you.
I think we've all put a lot of pressure. I want to apologize. I've had to reschedule with Jessica like twice this week. I'm so sorry.
Oh, please.
Whatever. Things just come up. My kid cannot stop losing teeth.
Life is life.
I think we're losing a tooth a day right now. Anyway, we're all doing our best. And here's how I want you to know. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? But I'm going to give you permission, Jessica, and all of you listening, to compare yourself to this and to know that you are doing well. Okay?
Okay.
Did you know, Jessica, that possums sleep 20 hours a day? Okay? I'm betting that y'all are able to stay awake for 4 hours a day. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us. Every little step counts. Go around, think about that. Till next week, Jessica. A possum sleeps 20 hours a day. You don't. Guess who wins? Jessica Young. All right? I love you. We'll be back next week.
I can't even top that. I love ya. See you later.
Bye.